this is the issue, this is what's going on, how do we educate ourselves and each other, what plan can we come up with for like a school clean out if it's clutter and that's what's causing the rodents and the home for like the pest, or if it's like the cleaning products, how do we get new cleaning products into the schools and things like that, and avoid the teachers from bringing in their own cleaning products.
So tell me, if you can, what are some of the Boston Public Schools that are involved in these programs in terms of, I guess, organizing the committees that are going to work on the issues of the asthma triggers in the schools? Do you have any specific schools that have these committees working?
Yeah, so currently we're working in the Curley schools, the two Curleys, the Agassiz.
Great.
I'm working with the John W. McCormick, the Trotter School.
The Trotter?
Yes.
Great. Sounds good. So where do you start as a parent? Both Bridget and Nancy can speak to that. You realize and know that your child has asthma. The child goes to a Boston Public School. You need to somehow connect with the school. What are the first steps that a parent who's watching us right now can do?
Well, one of the steps would be to try to get involved with your parent council or your site council. That would help out so much. We know parents face a big obstacle in life with everything going on.
Yes,
but if they can find time to join the parent council, that will help us out a lot, and it will help them out also.
Yes.
And just like the flower in our hair, we want the children to bloom and blossom, beautiful and healthy children in the future.
Excellent. What do you say about that, Nancy?
Most definitely, involvement is one of the key components. And by involvement, we educate ourselves, and I say myself, because although I knew about asthma all my life, I never thought about the school.
Never thought about that?
I never thought that in the school would be triggers, and I thought it was a safe environment for my child, which I'm sure all parents think about it that way. And just involve at least that one a month, take that time to come to that meeting, or when you get that letter from school saying there's going to be a bill that's going to go through, let's go to the State House. Let's put face to those stories. You know, let's not let a couple of teachers or one or two parents do all the work. There are so many students, and you know, a lot of these meetings are balanced out morning or evening. So you know, if you can't go, send someone else. Send an aunt, send a grandmother.
Yeah, parent involvement means so much. It would really help out a lot. And there's so many asthma triggers that you just have to find out which one your child is having episodes from. And it would make so much a difference.
Yes. Talk to me, Mary, and I know you've been an advocate for parent involvement for a while. How did you get involved with this particular issue and the coalition?
I got involved because I have 3 children who are severe asthmatics, and I have 2 who are currently in the Boston Public Schools. And I was dealing with housing issues, and I didn't know exactly where to go. We were at the point that we were at the emergency room every couple of days, and unfortunately that's just not a good thing. And the older child, asthma, he was into sports, and I just needed to have someone to teach me how to speak, because I was so frustrated that all I could do was just cry. So I got introduced to Boston Urban Asthma Coalition through my children's pulmonary doctor, Dr. Susan Steinbach, and so many people who just wanted to teach me. But you know, the amazing thing was they had to train me on how to stop crying, because looking at your child with an inhaler and just seeing your baby's gasp for air, it's the worst feeling that a parent can go through. And I feel for any parent that is going through it. So I wanted to learn, and I was trained on how to find out ways to make life better for my children. So by taking up trainings and getting to ask questions with the doctors, and learning more about my input on speaking about where we live, where they go to school. It is okay, and it is my right to have healthy housing. And it is my right to have a school that my children are in school and not at home. And when I met with Nealja Osgood, that's our director, and she's with Strengthening Voices. And I remember talking to her, and she had said to me that how important it is to get the point across and what I could do. When she actually said to me that, Mary, you can actually go to the State House. You know, you can talk to people. They want to hear what you have to say. I mean, we sit with the mayor, and Mayor Menino, he listened, because our mayor, if you don't know it, he comes from a family of, his sister had asthma.
I didn't know
so
that.
he could relate to what I was saying.
Isn't that amazing?
Any organization like Boston Urban Asthma, who actually allows parents to be strengthened, to give knowledge, to give them that leadership position and able to speak and make a difference. Because of the commitment that they had in order to train me, I have that commitment, and I want to just give it back.
Well, being here certainly is one way of
Thank
doing
you.
that as we
Thank
speak
you.
to our parents who are watching us. I know, Nancy, you talked about the Committee for Boston Public Housing and how asthma, again, is found in Boston housing developments where many of our children live who attend the Boston Public Schools. So talk to me about your experience with Committee for Boston Public Houses, and what have they done or what are they doing to work with residents of Boston housing?
It's the same role. It's empowerment, it's education, and there is what's called IPM, Integrated Pest Management, and that is a collaboration between the resident management and the pest management company, and it's a work together. And you know, this is what I have to do in my apartment when the pest manager people come, and you know, let manager know when I see rodents or roaches, or if there's a leak, let them know right away. You know, they want to know so they could fix the problem as soon as possible. And everybody's screaming about money, and that's everybody. It's not just Boston Public Housing, it's not just BPS, it's not just me.
That's
it's
right.
everyone, but you've got to let someone know so the problem could be fixed as soon as possible. And there's things that we could do, again, like in school, the decluttering, the maintaining the kitchen clean, the sink dry. Again, rodents and roaches are exactly like humans. They need shelter, food, and water. And they need it in school, home, wherever they are.
Yes.
So
Right.
That checklist also applies for the schools.
Exactly.
So the schools
I
we work
see.
in, we pass it out to all the teachers. Everyone fills it out, saying like, what do you see in your classroom? If you're the art
Excellent.
teacher, is there
Excellent.
a leak in the sink, or do you see rodents or signs of pest, and how often are you seeing this? And making sure that there, in every school, that there's a logbook, and making sure that it gets to the logbook that this is the problem I'm seeing, it's still a problem, and so that we make sure that when the people come to do the integrated pest,
I see.
that they know there's a problem on the basement floor and they take care of it.
It's basically recording where the problems
Exactly.
are
Recording
and
where the
keeping a
problem
record
is,
of that
keeping a
Exactly.
in the schools. That should make some parents feel better and want to get more involved, the fact that something is being done specifically to address the problem. I'm thinking of, I'm sure, Bridget, you can talk to us about the fact that you have a daughter in a Boston public school, and what have been some of the ways that you've helped her by being an advocate within the program.
Well, I'm still learning a lot of things about asthma myself. For instance, one time she was having an attack, and I thought because I didn't hear her wheezing that she wasn't having an attack, but she was heaving. So I'm still learning a lot of things about asthma too, and it's a lot of things that the other parents can learn too. I've also learned a lot, but I just kind of keep a watch on her and see what she's around. And the physical thing kind of was a little tough for her, like doing the track in the gym.
Oh, yes,
So
yes.
now that I know it's physical and also the rugs, I just learned what it is that makes her wheeze, and I try to eliminate doing that.
So it's ongoing education
Yes.
for parents.
Yes, it
ongoing.
is, because it's always something different. It could be, it could be gas from a car. It could be so many different things that, and all the time when a child's having an attack, they're not always wheezing. Sometimes they're heaving. They're having shortness of breath. You see the signs. Sometimes their nose start running. Sometimes they start coughing a lot. So once you see that, and our main goal is to try to eliminate emergency room visits at the hospital. We want to try to stop having to call the ambulance. It would save us so much money, especially at a time like this. If we learn and educate other people about asthma, we can make a big difference. We want to see the numbers drop. That's
Yes,
our
we
main
do.
goal. We want to see so many children getting better.
We're certainly hoping that parents are watching this program tonight.
Yes.
We know that our parents do watch this program. This is one that they get information from, and this has been a particularly informative program. I want you to say to me, in the time we have left, all of you, what is